Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, I wanted to make another recording today. Because it's been abundantly clear in my experience so far over this last 13 months of integrating, fungi, magic mushrooms into an exploratory discipline. I guess that's what I'll term an exploratory discipline, or an enhancement of my existing discipline. And I want to share my thoughts on this because I have in many of my previous videos on this channel. That I've always felt that the frequency that comes with the ingestion of fungi is a teaching implement. It can reach or help us reach a space of non-duality very easily. Especially for those that are already practicing a form of meditation, of quieting of the mind, quieting of the stresses and distractions of the physical body. It can greatly enhance that. Because as I felt right from the beginning, it provides a frequency that pervades not only the physical body, but it seems to reach all the way into the consciousness of the individual. And the integration of this frequency can lift someone or help someone's existing discipline, in my eyes, be magnified. It seems to be how it really works for me. It magnifies my existing discipline. And by discipline, I mean entering a space of complete non-duality. And in that space, being able to learn and distinguish reality from the falsehood of our normal waking state with greater and greater clarity. And with less and less required to do so, less and less of the psilocybin required to even enter this state. So that's kind of why I wanted to make this recording, is to talk about that. I feel like I can completely confirm my earlier theories about how psilocybin, what it was doing to my consciousness. Because over this time period of 13 months, even though I've reduced the amount and the frequency of my consuming of the psilocybin has been actually quite infrequent in the last few months. Because I can take a fifth of what I used to take and be in the same place, have the same level of amplification, magnification of the consciousness with a much lesser amount. So I believe my theory, from my perspective, has been confirmed that this is a frequency. It is a training. The fungi is literally training. It's a frequency that if we integrate this frequency into our life, we do require less and less of it because we are maintaining that frequency. Or hopefully, hopefully maintaining that frequency because it is a higher frequency. And to me, I find that very fascinating. I've been shown in my own journeys that DMT, which psilocybin is part of the family of, is absolutely a living, breathing consciousness and language of antiquity. That humanity has somehow forgotten. This is what I've felt very deeply in my journeys over time is that, I'm not going to go too deep into exactly what I've been taught because I've already made, recordings talking about some of that, but I just wanted to emphasize that the integration of this frequency is very real. It can become a permanent upliftment to those who utilize it in this manner, instead of as an entertainment, instead of using it as a way to quote unquote trip, and see fun shapes, to have a change in their outer world visuals, or their inner world visuals. That is literally the most insignificant aspect of what psilocybin is and can do for humanity. Humanity should not be looking to trip. It may start off that way. Maybe that's a person's first inclination, right? They people drink and smoke pot and do all these things to change their perspective and to feel better about their life, or to ease their anxieties, or all these things. Why the reasons why people self-medicate. But psilocybin and other DMT classified molecules are a living language, is a living teacher, is a living repository is probably a great word to describe it, is a living repository of our potential, of the human species, I shouldn't say even a species, but because we are quite the endowment of something phenomenal in life. But you know what I mean. It is a repository of our potential. And for those who are capable of discerning this through their own utilization of these classes of molecules, can integrate this into their life for permanent upliftment to the point I'm pretty sure that if I continue on this path for, let's say I do this for another year, that I'm pretty sure, just judging by the integration I've already felt on this level of frequency and the continuous reduction in the amount required, which should be a clue to most people that this is not a drug. This is a medicine. All drugs cause you to have a tolerance that requires you to take ever increasing amounts. Almost all drugs are habit inducing, are they create a desire, a chemical desire for people to repeat and repeat and repeat. Whereas my experience of psilocybin is not that way whatsoever. There's no addictive quality to it, and this is known through science. It's not just my personal perspective. And those who even try to abuse it will definitely regret doing so. It will blast them to the point where they will never, ever want to take an insane amount again. I know that from first-hand experience. It needs to be gradual. It needs to be gentle. It is a frequency shift. And if you go too far, too fast, you will know. I mean, each person will know what is too far and too fast. It will be very apparent. But if you're very gentle with it, it will continuously uplift. And it teaches. Guides can come to those that pursue this path. Guides will make themselves very available for those who engage in this kind of pursuit for the right reasons. They do not teach those who come for entertainment purposes, who come for just another worldly distraction. But for those who really are in the pursuit of actual knowledge, that which transcends human opinion, because that's a very important, distinguishing factor of true knowledge. The things that are temporary in life, the things that are of human emotion, things that are of transitory human concepts and misunderstandings, things that are up, that are relative in life, is not knowledge. Knowledge is something that is absolute. And that is the thing that any of us should be endeavoring towards. If they're going to be living a life that is going to be serving any kind of purpose. So I may pause here, and that may be sufficient sharing for today. I haven't really made a video in quite some time, or a recording for that matter. Life has been busy, I guess. But after some of the revelations I had in my previous videos, I also felt kind of like a natural pausing point just kind of just surface in me. I just felt, I don't know what it was. I felt like the things that were revealed to me needed time to process. I think that's what it really was. My experiences, some of which I conveyed in the video, some of which I did not. But sometimes some of these experiences just need some time to process them, to integrate them fully. And sometimes the frequency just needs some time to work in peace. It's like walking into a new classroom. And one just needs time to sit and take in the unfamiliar surroundings and just get acclimated. And I think that's probably what it was for me. You know, it really does take time to get acclimated to this frequency. I think for average souls out there that are maybe going to be taking or integrating psilocybin into their life for the first time, that it's not like anything else. It certainly isn't like, it's not going to bring the feelings that people experience with alcohol, obviously, that the depressive aspects of the drug of alcohol. Because this is something that awakens. It does not suppress anything. It awakens. It will bring right to the forefront of your consciousness things that need to be worked out in life, which quite honestly all of us should really want. It's like, why do we want to be slaves of old behaviors, of imperfect desires? We shouldn't want to be slaves. We should want to be free of that. And we should know that freedom of these things is something that is 100% doable. And I'm talking about freedom from chemical desires, freedom from all kinds of slavery of behaviors, of just patterns of behavior that people have integrated into their lives that are, whether they know it or not, are self-destructive, or at minimum hold them back from achieving a true understanding of their being. We have so many behaviors and dependencies of persons and places and things in our life that people don't even realize that how anchoring that is and how enslaving they are, until they have an experience of freedom, an experience of non-duality, where they integrate, where they see their lives as so much more than this fleshy body and this packet of emotions and memories and experiences from their childhood and family. There is so much more out there. And it's trying so hard to be revealed in our lives. It really is. All right, with that, I'll end this recording, and I wish you all a blessed experience, a blessed journey, success in your own endeavors to come to terms with your own potential. All right. Namaste.